welcome to Lexi's Healthy Dynamic Life podcast. I'm your host, Lexi, and on today's episode, I have the pleasure of being able to interview Eva, also known as Fruityeva on Instagram. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for hosting me. Like, it's so nice, and I'm really excited and looking forward to this interview. So, thank you so much, really.
Yay! And where are you calling from?
I'm currently in one of the Canary Islands. So I'm living in Gran Canaria in the city Las Palmas. And yeah, but I'm originally from Germany. So I'm studying abroad with a scholarship from my university. And yes, and I'm spending 9 months here and I really like it. Like the weather is much better than in Germany. So yeah, if you're living in Europe, definitely I can recommend to go there. It's really, really nice.
Nice. And you said the weather is great. How would you describe the weather today?
Whoa, today it was, I would say 25 degrees and sun all the time. And yes, perfect. Like I love it so, so, so much because in Germany, the winter is quite cold and gray and dark. So yeah, for me, it's perfect. I really appreciate the weather here. Really
It
nice.
sounds absolutely lovely. And you told me that you're studying several languages. What languages are you studying?
So I'm studying French and Spanish, of course, and Italian. And I had also a little bit of Latin and Thai language, but it's not my favorite, so I just focus on the other ones. Yeah.
Beautiful. And can you say all of your favorite fruits in these languages?
I can try. Good question. Or maybe because now I'm in my Spanish because just talking Spanish, so it's just my whole head is Spanish. But I don't know, my favorite fruit, that's a good question, is depends. Like I would say dates, and in Spanish it's dátil. But I actually don't know the other languages. So yeah, maybe I should look that up.
So fun. And I love dates too. I just love how
Yes,
sweet they are. It's like nature's candy. Do
for sure, for
you
sure.
like to eat them alone or do you mix them with other fruits? How do you enjoy dates?
Oh, I think there's so many different ways. So my favorite are actually fresh dates. Like if you have the chance to eat fresh dates, it's the best. But what I love also is to put them in smoothies because they became like the smoothie. The texture is so much better and it's so much more sweet. What I also love is to just eat them by itself because they're so dense. I think dates are actually the best snack if you're on the go, if you have a flight or if you're on a trip because you can just pack them. They don't get destroyed or something. So it's so simple and I love to combine them with cucumber. Like it sounds really weird, but it's really great because the dates are super dense and sweet and cucumber is super high in water content. So I actually really love the combination. Yeah.
That
So
sounds amazing. I'll have to try that. I've done bananas and cucumber, but now I'll have to throw some dates in there too.
oh, you have for sure. And I will try the bananas and cucumber because I never tried it. So yeah.
Perfect. A recipe share already. So, Eva, how did you get into this fruity lifestyle and sharing your love and passion for fruit with others? Tell us your story.
That's a very good question. So I think for me it was actually a very long journey because I turned vegetarian when I was 12 years old. So it's been a while, it's definitely been a while. And I've turned vegan when I was 15 years old. And it was in the beginning like all about the animals and how to save the environment, how to be more ethical towards animals. And I thank God, understood the concept at a very young age, and I'm very grateful for that. And later, I've learned more about health, and I watched a lot of YouTube videos. So I think YouTube definitely helped me, and like, I think the first people that I watched on YouTube were Ted Carr and Fully Raw Christina. And I was super inspired because they looked so vibrant. And so I tried it out and I felt immediately really good, really healthy. So it was just yeah, I was just trying it out and I felt so amazing, so I stick with it. And with time I learned more, read a lot of books and went to fruit festivals also. And that's why I stick with this lifestyle, because it really works, and because I met so many people also in real life, and I really could see for myself what this lifestyle does to other people, like losing weight, reversing some illnesses, or just reversing so crazy stuff like depression or other stuff. And it's crazy, and when you see it for yourself and when you talk with these people, you just understand how this lifestyle, how impactful and how powerful this lifestyle is. And this is just why I stick with it. And yeah, very, very grateful for that. Probably going vegan or stop eating meat, best decision of my life. Yeah. And the second part of the question, when did I start to share my story? Actually, I started sharing it 2 years ago when I went to my first fruit festival, because I tried the raw vegan lifestyle for 1 year, but I didn't know anyone. So I felt pretty insecure about myself, had super low self-esteem, was very afraid what other people think about me and the way that I eat. So I kept it kind of a secret. And then I went to my first fruit festival and I met all of these amazing people who were doing this lifestyle for such a long time, all of these great benefits that they experienced. And so I became more confident in the way that I eat and in the way that I am. And it was really, really helpful to go to this fruit festival. And then I was like, okay, I have to be my authentic self. I have to be myself. I cannot live my life just the way other people want my life to be, because that's not how you are. Like, you cannot be happy or have a good life when you have to fulfill other people's expectations. You have to do what you love, you have to be your own self. And that's why I was like, okay, I don't care what other people think of me. I have to post about this amazing lifestyle. I have to share it, have to help other people, because I really want to like make a positive impact. So that's when I started to share. And I think it's really, really important to share, because there's so much misinformation in the internet about like different lifestyles, about different diets. And I think it's like once you discovered something so amazing, it's kind of like you have to share it in a way. So that's how it started, I think.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. And you said that by watching people on YouTube like Fully Raw Christina and Ted Carr, also known as Fruitarian, you became inspired to make this change in your lifestyle. And something I've learned along the way is that there are so many different ways to live as a raw vegan. So, did you go to 100% fruit right away? How did you embrace raw veganism, and how has it changed over time, if at all?
Oh, a very interesting question. I think it has not changed so much, because from the beginning, from the very beginning, I read the book from Douglas Graham, The 80-10-10 Diet, and it resonated so much with me, and it still resonates so much with me. So I still love a fruit-based lifestyle. I think that fruit is one of the like I believe that humans are frugivores, so obviously I think that fruit is very, very healthy for us humans. So I try to eat as much fruit as I want, and in the evening or sometimes during the day as a snack, I eat salads or vegetables. So this is the way that I think is the most beneficial for us humans, and that's the way how I want to eat. However, my journey has been kind of like I'm not 100% raw vegan, even though I would love to be, but I still sometimes struggle with it. For example, when I'm on a trip with friends, then I try to make the best choices possible. Of course, I will always stay vegan and, for example, eat, I don't know, like um, what, like cooked vegetables or something like that. So I try to make the best choice possible, but I'm not 100% raw vegan. But maybe one day I would really love to do that. And I would say I've done the longest, I've been 100% raw vegan were 5 months. Yeah, but then I broke it with something cooked. So yeah, but I would say I'm always, since 3 years, I'm very consistent being fruit based, and yeah, high raw vegan for sure. Yeah.
Amazing. And what are the changes in your own life, in your body, mind, and spirit that you noticed when you made the shift from being vegan to a fruit-based vegan?
So, like, so many changes for sure. For example, energy and athletic performance is probably the one of the biggest ones. So, when you like, you will experience it for yourself. When you start to eat fruit based, you will feel so much energy, and you want to move your body, and you want to do sports, and you want to do activities, and you're also more clear minded. So I don't know how to say, but you just want to experience stuff, and you want, like, you don't want to sit on the couch the whole day and watch TV, but you change and you want to experience, like, make more experiences. And so the physical part changes as well. For example, it's easier to have a perfect weight for me, so not too thin, not too overweight. And also it's hard to overeat on fruit, and this is super like nice for me because you can just eat, and when you're full then you're full. So that's amazing. And also I think I changed spiritually, like I've changed in that I became more calm, I became a lot more compassionate, I think I became a lot more understanding. And I really believe 100% that the way you eat determines how you will feel also. So I became also a lot more happier, a lot more positive, and I enjoy life a lot more, I think. So I have just a positive outlook on life. And I don't know, but I just feel that things happen in my favor. And I also think that it's a ripple effect. So when you're happy and when you like yourself and when you're kind of happy, then more positive things will come to you. So that's how I changed, I think. And yeah, also my skin got a lot better. Yeah, so I don't really have pimples except when, for example, I'm super stressed, but it's super rare. So yeah, I would say these are just some benefits that I've experienced, but I think you should just try it out for yourself. I mean, the people watching or listening, and you will just experience a lot of different benefits too, I think. Yeah.
Amazing. And you mentioned that your athletic performance improved. What sort of athletic endeavors did you take on or notice a change in?
So because I'm a body workout instructor, so for women with the age of 40 years old to 50 years old, or 30 to 50 years old, I give classes, and I definitely noticed that it was so much better for my recovery. So I did a class, and the next day I was kind of fine. And that's like, I think you recover a lot better and faster when you're on this lifestyle. Also, what I discover is that your cardio gets a lot better. Like, it's so, like, you can go, like, for example, I dance salsa and bachata, and I can dance for hours. And other people or friends, they dance and then they need to take a break. But when you eat light and when you eat fruit and vegetables, you just have naturally this energy, and you can go for hours. And this is definitely what I've experienced. So better recovery and more energy so that you can just go for it all the time. Yeah.
Absolutely. I've noticed similar effects in my own experience. I love to dance too. And I used to have such sore muscles and have to wait a whole day before going back to the studio. And now I dance for like 6 hours at a time. And I'm like, let's keep going. I don't want it to
Yes,
end.
yes. By the way, like, I saw some clips on Instagram of your dancing, and it looks amazing. Like, really nice.
Well, thank you for saying that. I hope that you'll post some of your dancing clips as well so I can see.
I will for sure, I think.
Beautiful. Awesome. And so you also mentioned earlier that for a 5 month period of time, you committed to and stayed fully 80-10-10 raw fruit based. And then you made a choice to eat cooked foods and have had cooked foods on and off since. And I just wanted to know, during that 5 month period, did you ever feel tempted or a craving for cooked food? And what do you think led you to make the choice to consume some cooked foods here and there?
That's super interesting question. I think yes, I had cravings for cooked food, for example, when I was at a social event and I was like when everyone was eating cooked food, I was with my salad and I was like, I could do it. But I had actually a really good coaching by Katya Kulkova, and she's a raw vegan for many years. So I had always in my head, I was like, no, like you want to do this 5 month challenge, so you're gonna stick with it. But definitely I had cravings. But what I noticed for myself is the longer you do this lifestyle or the more fruit and vegetables you eat, the less you will crave cooked food over the years because your cells become new cells like from the food that you eat. So over time, like now I don't crave pizza, for example. I just crave cooked food, for example, when in Germany when there's winter time, and also when I don't eat enough during the day because I don't know, I work or I have classes for university, so I don't eat enough. That's when I crave more dense calories. But yeah, definitely I think the longer you stick with it, the more years you do this lifestyle, you change. And for example, what I crave now is just tropical fruit. Like it sounds weird, but I would love, like I would choose melon, or I would choose papaya or mango 100% over a pizza, for example, because you just change. So yeah, so I think what made me eat cooked food again was because I had the feeling that I was missing out, I think, on social situations. But I think that's not, that's just my mindset. I think I still have to work on my mindset to say that I'm not missing out because you can still socialize with friends. So I'm still working on actually becoming 100% vegan. I just want to do it the right way, to not be dogmatic and not give up my life or my social life for food. I want to make it in a good way, but I'm working on it. Yes.
That's awesome. And thank you so much for being honest and speaking to what you're working on. And what do you think would help support you, or what do you think would help set you up for success on this goal of yours to practice being fully fruit based?
I actually really think a coach is the best. Like, because the 5 month coaching of Katya was the best because whenever I had questions, I could just like send her a message and she was like, no, it's fine, it's okay, you just have to do that. So I really believe in coaching. And I don't know, like, I really have to make the step to actually get a coach, because I think you will stay more committed because when you invest something, for example, money, time, energy, you're much more committed and you have someone that holds you accountable. So yeah, I don't know why I'm not doing the step now, but I definitely will in the future, I think, to just make the commitment. Yes.
That totally resonates with me. I 100% agree that when I invest money specifically, then I will
Yes.
invest the time, then I will invest the energy to make that happen because I've put it down. I've put the investment down and I want to get what it's worth out of that. So
Exactly.
something
Exactly.
I do with my weight release clients is they create a goal post, which is something they have to invest in and put money down, whether it's like a 5K race or a bikini photo shoot or a
Yes.
flight to Hawaii. And so it's booked. And now, no matter what, that is happening. So it really helps motivate the choices to move toward that goal post.
So nice. I think it makes so much sense. Like, no, really, I think it's very effective.
That's awesome. And so, how long do you think? A lot of people ask me, like, how long will it take till the cravings go away? Because you mentioned that over time it subsides, you'll start to crave delicious fruits that will fuel the body. But, like, how long until I get to that place? Because I can't imagine not craving a pizza, you know?
Yes, I would actually love to say it just takes maybe 1 year or 2 years, but I cannot really say it because my journey has been probably very different because I turned vegan when I was 15. So I already had 2.5 years of being vegan. and I started from more like junk food vegan to more healthy vegan with a lot more like vegetables. So my taste buds already changed before that. So I cannot really say it will take you exactly 1 year and 2 months, because everyone is different. And I mean, when you turn vegan or fruit based or raw vegan when you're 50, it's probably going to be a little bit longer than when you turn fruit based or raw vegan when you're 17. It's just like you cannot really say it, but I can say for sure that it's going to be better, and that with time cravings will stop, and then it's going to be very, very, very nice. But you have like, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon and takes time.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, this beautiful journey of life and all that we get to explore in it. And you mentioned earlier that your first year, you did this all alone. You didn't know anyone else who was doing it. And then you went to a fruit festival and it really changed things for you. You felt with community, you created new values to be your authentic self. So tell us a little bit about that fruit festival. What was it? Where was it? And why was it so amazing?
Oh, so it was in the south of Spain, in close to Malaga, and it was amazing. Like for me, it was the first experience to be close to nature, to do camping, and to have all of these alternative, um, I don't know, healing stuff. So, for example, we did a lot of yoga, meditation, massages. We also did authentic relating games, where you just have to be more authentic, share your truth. And for me, because I'm from Germany, and I think that German culture is really like not so, it's really based on work, it's based on, I don't know, like less emotions and more really structure, system, work, school like this. So I never had an experience like this before, where you just have to be authentic and be true to yourself and all of this. So for me, it was the first time going into this other direction of alternative lifestyle, and so it was really mind blowing. And it was, I can highly recommend it to go there if it happens again, because the problem was that after I've been there, there was a big storm, and the campus got destroyed. So now they're kind of repairing the campus, but they don't know if they will be able to host another festival. But I really hope that in the next years there will be a festival, because it was really, really nice, and it was not that expensive because it was camping in the nature, but it was amazing. And also the fruit quality was amazing. And yes, and a fruit festival, by the way, it's not all fruit. It's you eat fruit during the day, but in the evening you have amazing salads and vegetables and amazing sauces. So yes, but I can recommend it for sure. It was very beautiful, and the name was Pura Fruit Festival.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. I really hope that they are able to host that again. And just also knowing that there are fruit festivals worldwide throughout
Yes,
the times of
yes.
the year as well. So no matter where you are in the world, you're just a hop, skip, or a jump away from gathering in community and eating delicious fruit.
Yes, yes, for sure. Oh, in Europe, there are different fruit festivals. So I've been to the one in Spain and in the UK, but I think there was also one in Denmark. And yeah, and I think with time, oh, and I was also at the Dutch Fruit Festival last year. So I think with time, more and more fruit festivals are created, because more and more people realize about this or get to know this amazing lifestyle, and they want to create something similar. So, yes.
Beautiful. And you talked about having access to amazing quality fruit. Tell us about the fruit in the Canary Islands.
Actually, here it's like the fruit quality is so much better than what I'm used to in Germany, especially during the winter. So the quality is amazing. The only thing is that there's not um, like the price is the same as in Germany, so it's not that expensive, but also not as cheap as, for example, in Asia. But the quality is really nice, and what I love so much is that most of the food or most of the fruit and vegetables that you find in the small fruiterias, so fruit shops or supermarkets, are grown on the island. So always grown on the island are bananas and papayas, like always, and tomatoes and avocados, and you get them super cheap here. And the rest, like a lot of other fruits, are also grown here. So I really like it because it's like everything is local, and I really like this aspect that you buy from the farmers from the island. I really like it.
That sounds great. I'm so happy to hear that you're enjoying such delicious, fresh, high quality fruit from the source. And so, have you thought about when you finish your studies with university, will you go back to Germany? Will you come back here? Will you go somewhere else? Do you have any plans on where you're going to go and how to incorporate this fruity lifestyle with you?
That's a fantastic question because I actually have a plan, because I don't want to go back to Germany because I don't like winter at all. I don't like cold weather. It's not like I'm not that person, and I really like the life here so much, where you can just, because I live very close to the beach, so you can just go to the sea, have a swim, and then go back and work on university stuff or whatever. So I really appreciate it so much. So I can actually imagine living on the Canary Islands. Um, and maybe, I don't know if I want children, but if I have children one day, I would love to live here on the Canary Islands. But after I finish my scholarship program here, I will go back. I have to go back to Germany to finish my studies. But then I would really love to travel to Asia and maybe South America, and just live maybe in Bali or in Copenhagen, because I really think that there are a lot of fruity communities over there. And then I will see. I would love to live live for some time in Asia, live for some time in South America. This is my plan. I really hope that it works out, because the way of living in Germany, I don't like it so much, because it's so based on work. It's so based on material possessions, and I'm a lot more like, I value physical activities. I value having time for friends and family a lot more. So that's my plan. I really hope that it works out. And yes.
I hope it works out for you too, and I'll be excited to see your journey unfold. And you spoke earlier also about how, at first and still sometimes today, living a fruit based lifestyle can create some um, discomfort or discord in certain social situations. So, how are you navigating that? And what are some tips for people who might be worried about the same thing?
That's interesting. So I definitely think that everything is mindset. So I really believe when you are confident in what you do and in who you are, then people react to that differently. And then when you, for example, say, "Oh, I'm doing this lifestyle, but I don't, it's kind of secret and stuff." So I think it's very important to be confident and to say, "This is what I do." And for like veganism, that works for me. Like for me, veganism is a part of my identity. It's just who I am. So I'm not like, I'm very confident in being vegan, and for me it's not a problem at all. But for this fruit based lifestyle, I still have to be more confident and get more confident with that. But I definitely would say confidence is the key. And to get confidence is first do your research, like get coaching, of course, do your research, get information, become really clear about why you do this lifestyle, so that you have a good foundation, and that you are really sure about what you want to do and why you do it. And that will really help you and become and being more confident. And of course, time, because I think in the beginning, like, everything is quite new and you might not believe in this lifestyle, but over time you will start to believe in this lifestyle, and you will see the results from other people and from yourself, and then you become more confident. But definitely confidence is the most important thing. And yes,
I
I
love
would say that
that.
helps.
Yeah, totally. And Something I've thought about and I like to share too is like, if all of my friends decide to wear jeans and I want to wear shorts, I don't feel like I have to justify that. I can still hang out and wear my shorts. But
Exactly.
if everyone's eating pizza and I want to eat my half of a watermelon, it's no big deal. It's just a
No.
different choice and we can still enjoy each other's company.
Exactly. And for me, definitely would help because I would, in my mind, create like this huge scenario of like, oh, I'm the weird one. What I eat is so different. But in the end, it doesn't really matter so much because they eat theirs, you eat yours, you're happy, they're happy. It doesn't really matter so much. So I would just, because I tend to be quite in my head sometimes, but you don't have to. So, yes.
Do you have any tips for getting out of your head and into your body? What do you do in those moments?
I would say it's just taking a deep breath. So for me, just breathing in, breathing out really helps me to, yes, to relax and to just say, no, like this is like your thoughts. This is reality. It's not the same. It's just you have to separate it, and that really helps. And then you get calm. And also, what really helps me is, for example, when there's an event in the future, and I create the scenario in my head, then I just say, like, no, this is in the future and you're now, so don't really think about it so much. You just have to stick to the present moment. And what I realized always that after this event, it was so much better than I expected. So just be in the present moment, breathe, and it's gonna be fine for sure.
I love that. Thank you so much. And what other pieces of advice or words of wisdom or tips do you want to share with our listeners?
Oh, I would have to think about that question. I think one very good advice that I would give people who just started this raw food lifestyle is first that it really works, because I know from the first year that I tried this lifestyle, I was very insecure because of course there's so much information about this fruit-based lifestyle that is not true, because it's from people who have never experienced this lifestyle, they have never tried it out. So it's really important to understand that this lifestyle works and to just believe in it, and that's it. You don't have to be insecure because it really works. So this is my one advice that I could really give is it works. You don't have to be insecure about it. It really works. So many people get amazing benefits from it. So yes. And the second, because I was thinking about it, the second very important advice is eat enough calories, because when you don't eat enough, doesn't work. So don't restrict yourself ever. Just eat enough calories. You feel much more energy. You will have a lot more energy. You will love life a lot more. Just eat enough calories. Your body will get to your natural weight. Yes.
How do you
So
know what is enough calories? Do you count your calories?
Actually, I don't. Like, I remember when I started, I did count my calories for some days, just to get in enough calories because it's hard in the beginning to know. But now I just eat when I'm hungry and I stop when I'm full, and that works for me. So yeah, I'm just very lazy in that aspect, I think. But I don't know, it just really works. And because I really think that, for example, when you eat fresh fruit and vegetables, there's so much water content. So when you're full, it's then you're done with it. And yeah, so it's super simple. That's also one thing that I love. It's hard to overeat, and you can eat a lot and feel amazing.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing all of this juicy goodness, no pun intended. And if listeners want to follow you or find out more, where can we find you?
For sure. So I'm present on YouTube and Instagram, and my name is Fruityeva. So on YouTube, I have actually two YouTube channels. So one is in English and the other one is German because I'm German. And on Instagram, my name is also Fruityeva. And yes, I just share a lot about information and advice about fruit and about veganism and about a fruit-based lifestyle. And yes, very consistent in that because it's my passion. Like I started it and it's definitely my passion and I love to share about it. And yes, so if you're interested, then definitely hop over to Instagram or YouTube Fruityeva, and that's where you can find me.
Beautiful. Definitely check out Fruityeva. Give her a follow and a subscribe so you can hear more from this beautiful being of light and love and compassion. And if you're interested in releasing excess weight with a fruit-based diet where you get to eat tons of sugar, don't have to limit your portions, no restriction of calories, definitely check out Healthy Dynamic Life. That's me on Instagram. I've just put up a brand new free web class for you, which is called How a Food Addict Like Me Released 70 Pounds in 3 months. I think you'll really like it. So let's give a round of applause to Fruityeva once again. Thank you so much. And
Thank you so much for having me. Like it's really, really nice. And I'm sorry for the bad quality, and I'm sorry that I'm so red. But it's so hot in here because I had to close the window because of the noise outside. So I'm like really hot. So I'm really sorry. But I hope it was okay.
there's
And
no need
thank you so
to
much for
apologize.
having me.
You look fabulous, and I hope you can
Uh,
go cool off in the ocean, which is right down the street from you. But thank you so much, Fruityeva. Thank you so much to everyone who is listening or watching today, and we wish you a happy, healthy, and dynamic day. Bye.
thank you. Bye.